What's going on, everybody? So what I want to show you all is our impressions on our main eBay account from September 1st to September 30th. Now, I can't go beyond September 30th because it's only the 11th of October. eBay doesn't do their account evaluations until the 20th of every month. So after the 20th, all this will be updated, and I'll be able to go into October to show you just truly how poorly our store is doing right now. So as you see, the impressions. So what are impressions? It's different from traffic. Traffic is how many people clicked on your listings, and your listings, well, in terms of eBay and what these stats mean. The traffic stats are how many people actually clicked on your listing and viewed your listing. Impressions are how many people your listings got in front of on eBay search. So if someone searches something and there's like 5 listings, which there's usually way more, but if there's 5 listings and our listing was one of them, it would show up here, right? So for example, on the 27th of September, we had 39,155 impressions. So our listings got in front of 39,000 potential buyers, right? Now, for us, that was equating to about 10 to 15 sales a day. That's what we've been doing. June, it was way better. We were getting like 20, 25. July, I kind of took the month off, or not the whole month, but a lot of the month. So it wasn't listing as much. August, September, listing a bunch of stuff again. But I wasn't seeing the results. And then especially by the end of September, I was finding really high quality listings. I'm talking listings that were selling 5+ times a month. And decent reviews, good reviews. You know, you don't want to list anything that's like 3 stars or less on Amazon, or something with poor reviews on Walmart. But then it drops from 39,000 to 26,000, which shows almost 30% drop. Scary, but not exactly the end of the world. If you've been selling on eBay for a long time, you kind of know how things can kind of get stirred up. They make a change, takes a while to adjust, and they'll go back up. So I was like, and impressions is not something that it's not a stat that I look at all the time. Then it drops to 11,000. You go from in 3 days, or 2 days really, 39,000 to 11,000, and it decimated our sales. I mean, it really destroyed us. And why is that? It's a false seller update. These are the service metrics. These service metrics for item not described and item not received. For us right now, we're looking at home and garden. There are other categories as well, but as you see, there's no peer benchmarks. I'm not sure why that is. I might be ignorant to something. Maybe they're only doing this for home and garden right now, or like certain categories. But for us, we only see this, I think, for a couple categories. But really, home and garden is our worst. First of all, right off the bat, I want to say something that's odd to me, is that it says total transactions 432, and we're looking at from June 1st to August 31st. We've got way more than 432 transactions in that 3-month period. We were getting, especially from June, 20 sales plus a day. Every month, we're getting 300 plus sales. So I don't know where that number comes from. I'm going to have to call them to check on that. But as the stats are right here that they're evaluating the account on, we've got 11 not as described returns. Now, item not as described returns is not exclusive to that specific reasoning. Okay, when a buyer goes and opens up a return, it's not, they have different reasons for opening up a return. eBay gives them a bunch of reasons. Then they could also put a comment in and clarify, right? So item not as described, this statistic here counts for things like not working or defective, the wrong item was sent, arrived damaged, not as described, or doesn't match description or photos. That all counts, right? But it's not every single one of your returns that'll count against this. For example, we got a return yesterday, opened up for a toaster oven. This toaster oven, we have the dimensions listed twice, one in the description itself, and then one in the item specifications. The person said, I believe they said item not as described, which it was described as exactly it is. And their comment they put in that said too small or smaller than I thought. So it's very obvious a buyer's remorse. When that return case is closed and handled, eBay goes and looks at it, and they determine whether or not it was legitimately the buyer's fault or it was actually the seller's fault. So a lot of these are legitimate, of the 11 out of 432. I actually found about 4 that I feel like I could argue the case against, but there's currently no process to appeal those. So we have a very high, we're in the very high section here, and we're incurring a 4% extra fee. So that eats our margins. And then on top of that, as soon as the fall seller update kicked in on the 30th, you can see killed it. 30th, 29th. Obviously, it rolled out a couple days early, or it slowly rolled out or something. But as soon as that happened, bam, killed our sales. I've talked to eBay. They said that there's no reason why we're not getting any more sales. Of course, they're not privy to all the information of what Cassini, their search algorithm, does. But it seems like this really affects it. There's ways to go about this to prevent this from happening. Don't have your buyers open return cases. Create a process, like a workflow, for dealing with them, which is something we used to do. But starting in June, which is funny that that's the first month it goes to, we were getting so many sales. And we were getting, when you have like 300 sales a month or more, I mean, it's always more, well, not this month, but when you're getting 300 sales and you've got like, a 2% return rate, that's a significant amount of sales you're getting, or returns you're getting a month. And it was just kind of too much to handle, having to deal with everything we were doing. And on top of that, dealing with returns. I mean, it was just a real pain. It was a pain. So I decided, forget that. Just have all the buyers open up return cases in eBay. It's a lot easier to handle. You won't have people that are sitting on a return label for a month. You know what I mean? eBay will close that return. So I figured it would be the better thing to do. We make the returns really easy. They're free. We send the buyer a return label to send it back for free. Unfortunately, we were hit hard by this. So I think going forward, we're going to make a workflow similar to what we had before, streamline it a little better. Sometimes you just have to write this stuff out, see it on a piece of paper, so you really understand what exactly is going on. And you have a better sense of, what you need to do. But anyway, just want to show that and show you guys how the fall seller update is treating us. It's not treating us very well. We've got a second account, so we're starting up just as a backup. It's not going to make up the difference for the next 30 to 60 days while this sorts itself out. But, it's good to have a backup in case something like this happens again. And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching.